Hello friends, I am Chevy. Welcome to my shed. How are you today? How's life in your world? How's things where you are? I hope it's fantastic. Everything here is hopefully amazing. We're about to find out. I just got a shipment from the Game Crafter. Last week or so, I showed you the new prototype of Rival Rails with the new components, as well as the prototype for Dungeon Rummy that I got from the Game Crafter. And obviously, the game wasn't done. I had to make some changes and adjustments. There was a couple little things on Rival Rails that was bothering me. And I had ordered that prototype like a month ago. So I had to do a rush order to get it here in time, which is expensive. You know, it's much better to do things the right way than to do things a few dozen times. But here we are. This is where we're at. And theoretically, assuming I didn't do anything stupid when I was assembling the print files for this, this is the final version of the game. This is as far as I'm taking it. Until it's published by someone else or possibly even me, I'm not ruling out the idea that I self-publish this, but I would much rather have a publisher. Okay, so this is the new board. Well, there is already a problem. Shoot. It's okay. It's okay. For the board, I'm not upset. For these cards, however, I might be upset. For the board, it's alright. This does not have the UV coating or the linen texture. That's a bit of an issue for me. But the main thing is, it's printed correctly. The information is correct. I made the changes to the map that I wanted to make. The colors that I chose are better. Okay, so this is the new board. The new board I got rid of. Here, I'll show you the old board first. The old new board looks like this. It had these little turn sequences, which are completely they're not good. I didn't like this bright red color against the rest of this, and the information on these little things changed. So for the new version, I have I made this like a brownish gold color, fixed all the information down here, and got rid of the stupid track. So the new version is better. I don't know why it doesn't have the linen texture. It feels like it also does not have the UV coating. Maybe I'm wrong there. But to be honest with you, I think that I like the colors better on this printing. Maybe the linen texture, because of the raised portions, adds a little something, like kind of adds a sheen that takes away. These colors look more saturated, and I kind of like that. So this might be just fine. The problem will be when I open those cards. If they don't have the linen texture, then they won't work. Well, they'll work for Rival Rails. So new board and new cards. When you order something from the Game Crafter, you have to get. Okay, it has the texture. You have to order like a quantity, right? So for their poker cards, which is what these cards are, these are standard American poker cards. For the poker card size, you have to order a minimum of 18 cards. No, that's not true. You can order one card, but you pay for 18. Like, you're going to pay for the whole sheet. So I needed to print all 5 of the Rival Rails majority awards, which are these. And here they are. They look fine. Colors look fine. They do have the texture. But I also playtested Dungeon Rummy and found that I didn't like some of the dungeon cards. They were either too strong or too weak. So I updated the Dungeon Rummy card, or the dungeon cards, and then I also came up with a new little scoring bump for some of the characters. So I ordered new characters and new dungeon cards. But that's great. Let's not let's not dwell on this too much. The only thing here is, as long as I got the backs correct, we're good. So, Dungeon Rummy, this is done. This is a finished product, barring finding an artist to do actual art. If I was to publish it, it wouldn't be for that. So, looks good. It looks like we have a complete set. I'm not going to stress out about the board finish. That doesn't bother me that much at all. I was just worried about these cards. When I showed this to you the last time, Jonathan mentioned like the box looked like it was full of air, and that's not great. You're not wrong. In that version, the box was full of air because I already had the rest of this stuff. If I were to order this for realsies from the Game Crafter, you would also need to order a deck of money cards. There is 64 money cards in the game, so that would be an additional printing. There are the tiles that go on the board. These are city tiles, and there's 16 of these. I have made these out of wood with label paper that I've printed. There are 4 or 5 city tiles that are the same. They're printed on paper, and then I India inked these black so they stand out. They go on the black spots. The other tiles go on the gray spots. There would be 4 D6s. This bag is not necessary. I just happen to have this extra bag from the Iron Rail series since Capstone sent me the trains that I use in this. And in addition to this, you would have 75 wooden locomotive components. Again, if this was coming from the Game Crafter, these would be cubes. So this would be a traditional cube rails game. So my question is, throughout this process of working on this game, I have had multiple people ask me if they can buy it. And the answer has always been, nope, it's not ready. Well, it's ready. I would be very comfortable selling this as is right now. I'm going to have to pause the camera because we're going to run out of recording time. Okay, I completely forgot to check the space on the card. What was I saying? Oh, I am very comfortable with this game as it sits, and I would sell it as a product as it sits. That being said, there's a couple of options. If I ordered this through the Game Crafter in the same sort of quality components that you're seeing here, which are phenomenal. When you order these cards with the linen texture and everything, it's fantastic. This feels and is a fully published board game. If I produced it this way using the Game Crafter, it would cost about close to $65 to manufacture. 62 something to manufacture. That's the box, the board, the card, everything. And that means that you would be getting, instead of these wooden components, you would be getting paper, like cardboard tokens. I could print these in cardboard. As I said earlier, though, to print with the Game Crafter, you have to buy things in sets of whatever that number is. And so this game takes 21 of these. But to order 1-inch printed components from the Game Crafter, that cost is, or you have to purchase like 80. I think it's 80. It might be 72 or something like that. You have to order a bunch. So, in order to maximize, not necessarily my profit, because I wouldn't be selling this for profit, to maximize the usage of the components, I would convert the money cards into coins, and I could use those extra 60 cards to replace the money cards, or those 60 coins to replace the money cards. And I don't really like that option. So if I were to sell this to you, I would prefer that I purchase all of the Game Crafter components, including the cubes, and then I make the wooden bits myself, and then ship it to you for myself. And in order to do that, you would have to, it would be about $80. It might even be a little bit more than $80. It'd be like $85. and I just don't know if that is interesting to anybody. That's what I'm here. So Jonathan, no, the box isn't empty. That particular version was empty because I didn't need to order everything. I already had a lot of this stuff. But I want to put it out there because I feel like what I have designed here is a quality two-player train game experience. I fully feel like there is a market for it, and I fully intend to either find a publisher, a traditional publisher, or figure out how to manufacture this myself, crowdfunding, that sort of thing. But and either of those situations, whether I find a traditional manufacturer or I do it myself, that's years away. This game is going to be years out. Unless I find a publisher who is like, oh my god, I have to get this to market right now, which I don't see that happening. I don't think it's that exciting of a design. I think it's a very good design, and I think that it has a place in the market, but I don't think it's that exciting. It's years away. So if you wanted to play this now-ish, I could sell it to you if you're willing to spend, let's just say, between $80 and $100. I feel bad about the price, but like being honest, that's the price of printing small batch board games. It's not something that I can do at scale. If I get 5 people who say they want one and I order 5 copies, I'm having to shell out a couple $100, $300 of my money to put all that together to try to sell them. I'm not making anything, I don't know if it's worth it to anyone. So here it is. If you are interested in owning a copy of this game and you are willing to spend $80 to $100 on it, email me. My email is in the description. I will put together a group think on it. I won't necessarily share your email with anybody else, but I will try to figure out if we can make it happen. And if we can, I will do it. I'll manufacture them and I'll ship them. Just let me know. Again, email's in the description. That's Rival Rails. I'm super happy. And actually, I think that the linen texture on the board might not be a bad thing to not have. It's nice that it's just what it is. Interesting that it's on the cards, though. I feel like when you order from them, it's all or nothing. So we'll see. I might contact customer support and ask them about it. Okay. Thank you for being here as always. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, being amazing friends and wonderful people. I really appreciate you. And I'll see you again tomorrow. Today's word you should know sounds smart is sepulchral. It's an adjective meaning a hollow and deep characteristic of a tomb, often used to describe certain voices. Our butler's sepulchral voice instantly impresses our social contacts when they come to visit. Sepulchral. S-E-P-U-R-C-H-R-A-L. I think I just pronounced it 3 different ways, completely unintentionally. I just don't know how to pronounce it.